break down the boxes is the English word I'm looking for. This is the Wing Gundam. If you were around in 2005, which all of you were, this was definitely the TV series. I think it was 2005, wasn't it? Somewhere between 2000 and 2005, Americans got to finally see Gundam on our own screens. This was before I ever had the chance to use high-speed internet to... Yeah, so it was probably around 1999, 2000, because that was before we even knew what YouTube was, or online, watching videos online. All right, so right out of the box, trying to decide where to put all the boxes at. Okay, so we got these things right here. We got C. It's kind of a indigo color. We got the polycaps, PC. Not politically correct. Now, I do remember the plastic on this was a little on the brittle side. And this kit is probably from 1995. It's just probably brought to America and a few extra things stuffed in it to make Americans feel like it's a little bit less understandable, whatever. Because we got the Bandai of America, blah, diddy, blah. We got Wing Gundam Zero. Parts list. Let's see if there's any X's on here. Because back then they really didn't do it. What you see was what you got. So this is the American instructions, I guess. Here are this is the catalog of like action figures and stuff. I'm guessing they included the Japanese kit instructions as well. So yeah, it was like they took the Japanese kit and they just tossed in some of the like American instructions because Americans were afraid they couldn't read them, I guess. I do remember people asking me, like, can you actually read it? And I'm like, well, you don't have to. It's like 1, 2, 3, A, B, C. It's Roman letters and the Arabian numbers numeric system, which is more universal, of course. All right, let's get this bent down a little bit. All right, so we got the instructions. Okay, so let's first off acquaint ourselves with what the pieces are here. We got A2, A1, the steak sauce. We got B1, and I'm guessing that's going to be B2, which are left and right, left and right. And then we got the PC, and we got, I like the color on this. C, and it looks like they're following a numbering system where it's just continuous numbering. So there's not going to be, there's no reason to put A1 because there's no B1 and C1 or whatever. It's just, yeah, the numbers are consistently moving on. They're not, there's not like a B13 and an A13 and a C13. It's just, 13 is just one place only, which is kind of cool. It's interesting. Yep, if you look at the numbering system. All right, so the very first thing we're going to need is going to be the PCB and parts. Oh my gosh, this is weird. They have the parts. I can't do this. I got to use the Japanese instructions. At least it tells you where on the thing to look at. So here are the Japanese instructions. It's just got a little bit more information. Let's see, it has, well, no, they do the exact same thing. Oh, wow. Well, then what was the point of including that? Like, what's the difference between this and that? It's got it in Japanese and in English and in German and in French. Seal, articulant, parts list, list de pieces, and a tele list. So what, the Spanish can't build these things? All right, that's just very different. I'm not used to building the American packaged kits. I guess it was for French Canadians, that French. All right, whatever. All right, so I just have to remember to look at just the numeric value, which I kind of know what the colors are, so I just know what to look for. All right, here we go. This is 46 and 47. 46 and 47 right there. then we got PCB. All right, so make sure that when you're putting them in that you got the PCBs, they're the same on both sides, like the same depth. So there's no like one side is bigger than the other. Kind of universal. Just make sure you line it up, slide it through, then it closes. All right, so that's the main part right there. On it will be the PCA. There's only 2 of those. Okay, we're gonna have B7, or not B7, sorry, just 7 and 8. All right, 7 and 8 on the outside. Flicked it across. I shouldn't have flicked it across the table. I should have put it in the basket. Let me put the bags under the box. All right, continue on. The bigger piece goes over here. Let me double check everything. All right. Okay, so you put this together and then you can put the hand in. Because the hand is a PVC piece and it is number G. And if you don't know, just look at where the thumb is. And you stick it in afterwards, it'll be fine. I bet there's a sticker that goes there. I don't know if I want to put any stickers. Stickers are my nemesis. All right, so we got the arm part. We just need to put on the 18 and 19, which is probably the red. 18, 19, side by side. So I was looking at printers for, you know, printing, what's it called, 3D pieces, 3D printers. They're actually down to $200 on some of them, which I'm like, how good are those? I'm not rich. I just really want to do some 3D printing. First off, I'd like to be able to build a helmet for a Super Joe. What is it called? Not Super Joe. I'm trying to think and do this at the same time. Okay, so double check. All right, 3D printed. Okay, for Bullet Man. Something tells me I knocked out the wrong part. So it was parts 16 and 18, and I did 18 and 19. So put it back in there. All right, so they're side by side. The other side by side, not the heads on side by side. It's okay, we're gonna need it again for the next part number 2 or step number 2. Let's say there's a male, there's 2 female parts. 2 female parts don't work well together at all. They have to be a male and a female part. All right, there we go. And then we have part number 1. I think this is a white piece. Maybe I'm wrong though. I am. It's a blue piece. Part number 1 is both sides, the same thing. And again, I know there's a sticker on this because it's like, I think it's yellow, white. What is it? Okay. It's saying to use part lambda or Y. I personally don't. Let's just build it without all the stickers, except for the stickers on the eyes. That's the only thing I cannot, overlook. Okay, there's stickers that go on this, which would make it look a lot better, but hey, we'll just wait. All right, now for the other arm. Okay, we're gonna start with this again. Just easier for me to do that. Do you hear that wind outside? It is windy. All right, now the PC 8 or B. Certain numbers are like certain letters in my head. I think it's part of my dyslexia. So PC 8 or B, same thing in my head. So when people do that coded talk, it doesn't really, I can see right through it. Can't see how people don't though, but it's one of the gifts of having ADHD and a lot of other things. All right, here we go. We got the other part is the A part. It's right here. I'll also pop the hand out while we're at it. All right, come over here. We need these two parts. All right, now it's this orientation, so the big piece goes on this side, little piece goes on that side. It's got a little piece sticking out here, which is different, probably for the shield. So we got the arm. He's gonna be small. His arm's about the same size as Edison's arm. All that dust from trying to do some indoor cleaning. I'd much rather be outdoors. All right. While I'm over here, might as well get this off. All right, so we got these two pieces going on. This goes on pretty much the same way. All right, there's the left arm. All right, now we're gonna flip the directions. Got the legs next. She's got legs, knows how to use them. All right, so the upper legs, the upper thigh is parts 42 and 40. There's 40 and 42. And there's going to be the double jointed thing and polycap E for the socket, and the I for the knees. Okay, so for the socket, slide it into this side first. All right, this is universal. It doesn't matter if there's no front or back, so just slide onto the thicker rod. Clean off that extra bit right there. And stick this on. So we got the right thigh is what we're building. Okay, like that. That goes in pretty darn deep. All right, so we got, now for the lower half of the legs, we're gonna need one of these pieces, 39 and 39, so it doesn't matter which one. And it doesn't matter, I picked the one on farthest out, or farthest from the center, because like the snip clean up some things along the way. With these, I guess it doesn't matter if you don't have to keep part of the sprue that says letter B, A, whatever. That's gonna go on the inside, and then we're gonna do parts 32 and 31. 32 and 31. There they are, side by side. Okay. All right, we also could get the foot. Now the foot's gonna be complicated, so we gotta build it and then put it over there. All right, the foot is part 22. All right, we got 22 and 20. They're on the bottom here. I like when they put them side by side like this instead of the way they did this. Okay, just clean it up a little bit. Yeah, these older ones need to constantly clean them up as you go. All right, we need ankle 60. I'm thinking that's from the... We're gonna need a polycap too, so polycap C for the ankle, and over here, part 65. This right here is part 65 for the very back of the ankle, and 61 is, hold on, 60, not 61. All right, so we got the ankle piece. Okay, putting on the ankle piece, let's see. This goes into the PC part. Bend part goes toward the front of the foot. And you put the feet together while not having that pop out. And if you screw up and you put the bend part the wrong way, you can always just twist it around. Okay, like that. This is the rocket booster that goes on the back of the foot so you can go faster. Now, we can put on the leg parts. Let's see. Yep, this is the right leg, so this goes on here. And this piece goes right there. The back part right here, right there, has a lot of extra room for that thing. You got a lot of pieces to put on here, like a lot of points to line up before you squeeze it. Something tells me I'm supposed to put that all the way in first. You work it in there. I'm not used to like that being so separated. That's weird. All right, that just seems really strange that the entire back plate comes off. Does it transform? Because for the transformation, maybe it's supposed to do that, like to turn to bird mode. Yeah, I didn't think it would actually transform it this small of a thing. Ooh, that's awfully. All right, so for the other side, let's peel off the pieces we need. We know that's a sword. I'm just going to pop that off and lay it to the side. So that this time I could take the entire thing off. Strange how the Buck Rogers song is playing in my head. It's always an earworm. Right, there goes those pieces. And we're going to need these pieces right here. All right, time to clean it up a little bit. Whoa, it is a windy day. I'm not worried about it. I've been through hurricanes and this house is still standing. One kind of, it's kind of almost like a good luck sign, sort of, if you have a house that's, we're not saying things like that. No, what am I saying? I'm not going to say things like that. But anyway, this house has been blessed, like for more than my life, this house has been standing. Don't clip off everything. Like, be careful not to clip that off. Some people get carried away and forget those pieces, so you don't want to clip off. All right, rocket pack 2. There we go. And then T-bar. Or ankle bracket. Okay, clearly this needs to be cleaned. All right, now we're ready for some polycaps. We got polycap E for the thigh, which obviously still needs to be cleaned. But we'll get them. We'll find it as we go. And then the eye cap, which we'll probably have 2 left over from that. Clean the top of that off. All right, and press. Probably I've already built this before. It feels like it's semi-familiar. Yeah, sometimes you like get them and whoa, might have been wing 0 because some of those pieces. Yeah, it may have been another one. But then again, sometimes these came in like 2 packs over the years. PCC. Oh, the cats are knocking at the front door. They're like, we've had enough. Let us back in. Let me put this on. It's easier to put this on first. Let me double check to see. Yep. Guess we're getting blown away. Yeah. Wouldn't doubt it. They can be out there a few more minutes. I'm almost done, probably. And then we'll let the kitty cats in. All right, this time, this is the part you want to start with. Okay. Right there. And plug that in. And put the leg joint in. All right, now we got a lot of things to line up here. All right, so this is what I'm thinking, like Big Al. I think this is where it transforms for the bird mode somehow. Yeah, talking is going to be kind of rough today with all the dust I've been sucking up. That's what I get for cleaning inside. All right, let's see. There's his eyes. So I definitely want to put the green things on his eyes because anything gets stickers, it's that. Although I got really fat fingers, I can do this. And if it's off a little bit, you can just make him look like he's looking to the side. Okay, Okay, we're going to need this piece for the head. We need the back of his head, the helmet. That's maybe the top of his head, that's right. So, big gal, y'all getting any rain or anything? Because we got rain. It's been annoying as heck. All right, sticker. I'm not putting a sticker on his chin. I usually don't put stickers on the chin because I could care less. Okay, let me get his antenna out. All right, so I guess this goes on first. There's no polycap for that. Yeah. Okay, that. And this goes on. And then the antenna go on. There's his head. Now let's build the chest. Okay, we're gonna need part 21, obviously. I can hear my poor babies out there. They keep meowing now. They're like, meow, meow. All right, maybe I should. I feel bad. It's not cold outside. It's just windy. They just want to come in every 5 minutes. So I should be playing some music so I can drown out there meowing. They'll probably jump up here in the window in a minute. All right. That's the upper chest. Then we got the lower stomach parts right here. Just pop it out right here, it'd be easier. It's supposed to get cold here towards the end of the week. Yeah, it's supposed to be dropping into the 40s again. Ugh, it's too cold at this time of year. It must be 40s until like January. But it'll rebound. It goes back and forth on that stuff. Alabama. Is there mountains in Alabama? I don't know. We got mountains, but that's a long ways away. That's about 8 hours away from me. Okay, you're going to need some PC parts. I know the tummy goes together first, but we need to put a part inside PCB. I live in the Gulf Coast, so no. Okay. At the Panhandle area. I used to know somebody in Alabama back in the day. And they went to Florida. I was like, why do you go to Florida? And y'all touch the water? I thought Alabama did. And he's like, something about the Panhandle part. And I was like, oh. There's no seal on the window, but I'm expecting him to jump up on that screen or something magical as I think of desperate. All right, let's see. That's the front. Florida has nicer roads. Oh, man. So this part goes up here. And then there's the PCB. All right, which way's the front? Maybe it doesn't matter on this particular kit. I don't think it does. Usually, like, watch out, the front is angled more or something like that. It's so weird to have sticks out the side like that. All right, this is the way. All right, there's only 5 pieces. Well, 6 counting the polycaps. And then there's a front piece, 25. Right here. They want me to put a sticker on that. It's gold. It's okay. You can always do that later. This only goes one way too, which is weird. Almost had it. There we go. All right, that's the chest. Here's his head. So the head's polycapped on the neck part. That's fine. Lower torso, we got piece is right here. And then the crotch piece. And then. It's from a movie. And then. No more and then. And then. Right. The butt flap is, just be sure, it's part 3, yeah. Butt flap, part 3. Going to a theater. All right, here we go. I'm pretty sure that that's the only piece on there is this shield / the bird transformation beak. Nose cone or whatever you want to call it. Yep, looks like that's it. All right, I need one PVC piece, which is B. And that will go right to the main part. Oh, I need 2 of them. I need them for both sides. Okay, they go right here to hold on the side rail thing. So, both of the PVC B. All right. This goes into the butt flap. 4 points that to line up, and especially the PC parts are kind of hard. Well, those went in pretty nice. That's nice. Normally they're kind of hard to get in there. And then in the front, I put the front flaps on. Like that. Okay, I think we're almost done with the main part of the Gundam. We just got to put this together, put the legs on. I think squeeze hard enough. The right arm and left arm. And I'll form the head. Dun, 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 dun. So yeah, the stickers will definitely make it pop. Like I would definitely put on the stickers here. The old Victorian Gundam 1100 HG. I think it had yellow polycaps in the V Gundam because the V fin was made of a polycap material. I don't know. I definitely had the V Gundam, the V Gundam and the V Gundam, Victory Gundam. V Gundam is one of my favorites. Victory Gundam V-2 Gundam is awesome. He's got that yellow V on his neck. He goes into those booster rockets that open up and have the force shield looking material, the pink blaster material, and it was pretty awesome. All right, he's definitely gonna have little side skirts. Oh, still gotta build the wings parts, of course. He didn't tell me to. Oh, it didn't tell me to put on the legs at all yet. So, part 27. And it says 28 is the opposite part, right here. Wow, it's rigid. Oh, that's why it's connected across there. It is not the 140. Yeah, I never had the 1100. I do have a 1100 MG model kit in there of something. I don't know. It's in the clear plastic container I got out of the building. I was like, I know I haven't built that because I only built a very, very few. I don't know if I've ever built a master grade now I think about it. I have a perfect grade I know I haven't built. Okay, this is part 28 before I pull it off. I think it goes forward sweep, like the sweeps go forward. Yeah. So, like, this is the left side. Yeah, you don't see very many 1/100 scale HGs, but yeah, I do have an MG that's probably that scale. I don't know. But I'm just saying, like, that's the closest. I did have a 1/100 HG scale something at one time. That was a long time ago. I always got things to go up here I didn't put on yet. Okay, I see. So did it tell me to put it on there, or I just ignored it? Oh, it's right here. Parts 15 and 15 from this one. Right there, the white parts. I see something is on his shoulders. That looks like it's it for that part. You snap that. Snap it to a Slim Jim. Crap, where'd the other one go? There it is. Let me clean it first. Yeah, these are both 15, so it doesn't matter which one's left or right. Doesn't matter if it's left or right. It doesn't matter which one's front or back, and the heavy part's front. This would have been easier to put on before I put the shoulder pads and the head on. So note, put these on before you put all other gibberish on. Here, it's easier. Alrighty, now we're time for the wings. Wing thing, do your thing. Alright, so this wing right here will be parts 44 and 45. Alright, that's not it. This is it. So 44 and 45. I'm surprised I don't hear scratching on the back door, but I might not be able to hear it because I'm in another room. But anyway, when the cats want to come in, they usually scratch on the back door. There, except for Goldilocks, he scratches on the front door. There's still pieces on that to keep. Okay, these are just the shells. This one's the top one. Bottom one. All right, so we got a lot of little pieces in here. 53 and 54 go together. Okay, so we're going to go with a purplish thing, the indigo color. So 53 and 54. 53, 54. Here it is. I actually bought it around 7 years ago. Such an old kid, pretty good. I think it transforms too. Oh, is it the Wing Gundam? Because this is from 1995, but there was English instructions, so it was repackaged. Basically, they opened the box, threw the English instructions in, and closed the box back up again. And there weren't that much difference between them. I mean, everything's pretty much the same, except maybe more English words at that time. Okay, these two go together. Orientation goes this way. Polycap F. It's hard to believe this is a kit that is 30 years old. If you see my older videos I did today, I was going through some other ones. I just going through the clear box, broke down the boxes, took the model kits out. Some of the model kits weren't the right ones, so it didn't matter. I just kept the artwork because I liked it. Alright, so let's see. Before we go any further, 57, 58. 57, 58 on the same side. That's good. Yeah, because sometimes 8s and 6s look the same. I had to stop for a second. See, that was 57, 56. See, I clip it out of the frame so I can get closer to it to snip it a little more, do two things one time, not just separate, but clean it. I'm not sure it was old stock or reprint, honestly. I'm assuming. Oh, yeah, they do reprints. I forgot about that. Sometimes they do reprints. I'm sure they did tons of reprints for the Wing Gundams, because that was like a sudden hit in America. So this one's probably 25 years old then, maybe? I don't know. All right, hold on. This goes in there. It's the bottom piece. Yeah, the bottom piece is where you want to put it. The bigger piece. This goes in here, but I don't think it has to go in now. I think it can go in afterwards. And here's the top part, which sandwiches that part. And then from there we put the, this has to go a certain way. This is the top. You have to really look at the picture carefully. This goes like that. Yeah, I remember on the HG kit, this wing right here, it's not built like this. It opens up. This is just built closed. The other one actually unfolds. So, oh, you gotta put the backpack on first. All right, so we got same poly pieces, same pieces on the other side. All right, I think I see the backpack piece. Rocket stuck to my fingers. I think there is a guy named, yeah, I remember him on here. I haven't seen him in a long time. I wonder what happened to him. People sometimes just stop, or they get busy, or sometimes die. I mean, I don't know what happened to him. There used to be a lot of people on the YouTubes back in the day. Him was one of them. I used to watch his reviews. I remember when Pixel Dan was just getting started on that, and he used Toy Smell. He was a lot more interactive back then. Like it was a live show a few times, and I was actually interacting with him. Back in those days, before he became big and popular. Yeah, they should do a documentary. Whatever happened to earliest YouTubers like Tron Man? I mean, he was old. He probably did die. But I don't know. In 2008 was when YouTube started. I think that's. I definitely didn't have it back then. Came along way later. All right, polycaps. The bucket polycap right here. This. All right. This time I'm just going to put this in. Double check. Okay, put this on. The MGKA Victory Gundam. Start fading out. The game out was very finicky. It would get loose very easily. Yeah. A lot of the older kits, they really worked out the problems with some of the older kits very well. It's like some of the older kits, the plastic was just like, this is pretty cheap plastic actually, very brittle. The newer ones are a lot thicker. That's one thing I'm plotting over that. Wait, oh, I was about to say there's something else. Was this supposed to be used for anything? Because I feel like I missed something. Part 50. I don't see it. All right, well, anyway. Maybe Tron Man got disappeared by Disney. That goes in this way. This one's the top. This is on backwards. There we go. That's a good way to know these things are on this side. All right, got that one. The sword is over here. The guns. Check out the gun show, ladies. All right, we got two guns because he had two guns and they built together. So let's see. 68 and 66 go together. I think that's what it's saying. Oh, no, okay. I don't know. I think these are identical guns is what it's trying to say. Like this piece or that piece. Let me see if I can understand it. 66 and 67 go together, so... I miss the good old days when you could play music whenever you're doing stuff like this. But now YouTube will strike you. Yep. Okay, so what I'm thinking is like they're trying to tell you that these two pieces go together, but it's so confusing. So this goes together with this, of course. This goes together with this. It's a twin gun. They come out to be separate guns. They also go together in one massive gun. That's the cool little feature to that one. Of course, there's a lot of stickers that go on this. I'm not going to mess with those. I feel like these are supposed to go somewhere, like... But there's no way they can... Wait. There's no hole in the top. See, it feels like these are supposed to go in here somewhere. But I didn't see anything for them. Nope. It just feels like I should have used these. Maybe they're leftovers. Because I don't think back then they put little X's on the stuff you didn't use. No, they did. Here's two pieces you won't use. 50. It doesn't say there's an X on it, so we're not done yet, so. It does transform into the bird mode. All right. Okay, we've still got the shield part, so the shield right here, this little yellow part. Finally, we got the place to put the yellow part. Oh no, I'm on low battery mode. I'm not able to finish it anyway. It just came on the screen, low battery mode. All right, that goes there. And tons of stickers. And I knew it goes on his left arm, but I'm not putting on there yet. And then here's the backpack, but I don't... Oh, the backpack's way over here. Good gosh. Okay. I completely skipped it somehow. And then there's the 20 or 64 piece. And there is a big rocket right here, but I don't see any place for it. That would be B62, piece 62, not B62. That's part of the rocket pack. Because it's a rocket pack. Both of the seat caps, polycaps. All right, polycaps go out. Might have been easier to put these. Oh crap! I don't know which one's which now. I don't think it matters that much. Like that. So it might be easier to stick this on first. And then the little rockets go right there. Now, if you're going to, there's a certain angle to them. It does have a little thing on there, angle out this way. So if this is going to be something you want to keep around, I would definitely glue these rockets on. I think I had to do that on some kit. Probably Suzabi. He had tons of those little rockets all over him. And I'm going to have to hurry up because if the camera goes dead, well, there will be no adios. All right, there it is. And here's his twin gun. Here's his bird shield, which also becomes part of the transformation process, which I won't get to show. But you pull the wings apart. You don't unfold them like you do on the regular one. You have to just pull them apart. Remember, this is a cheaper version. So there we go. We got the ball jointed head. We got the ball. No, actually, it's just a polycap that would go around 360 if you didn't have the wings on the back. The arms are single jointed. The hands are a ball joint. The waist is a single joint. The legs are ball jointed in the thighs, double jointed at the knees, which are nice. And then, of course, the ankle rocker. And there is a stem going up there. So all around, not a bad little Gundam. Back in the day, this probably cost like $10 or something. It wasn't. Plus, that was before all the economical changes. All right, there we go. And you're gonna have these two left over. There is this one. I don't know if it's supposed to be important. Part number 62. I'm just trying to hurry because my camera's about to go dead. 61. And it doesn't say 62 is not being used. So let's see, where would it have gone? I don't see 62 there. Probably these final things somewhere. I'm not sure where 62 should have been used. I mean, let me see on his backpack because it would be the only thing that has one. It's just one rocket technically. See, it's two. Wait. Oh, you know what it probably is? It's probably part of this when you fake it out to make it the bird mode. I don't see it on there either, though. Well, I'm not sure because it's not, those two parts don't go together. I thought they did. You might have to take them out and put them here whenever you change it, because that's the other big rocket. When you change it to bird mode, I don't see any place for them. All right, so that looks like it's about it. I hope you guys enjoyed that little live kit built. I gotta go charge my phone up. This thing it's not charging like it used to. All right, have a great day. Thanks for dropping by, Big Al, Alabama, and anybody else who was in the chat or I didn't see you earlier. Somebody chatted in one of the things earlier. I didn't see it until I was off. I was like, oh, there was a chat. And then these panels, but not a big deal. All right, have a great day.